jump on the show?
Yes.
Oh, we're just doing a power electricity podcast.
We're live now on
Boy,
Cutter
are you
Files
seriously
episode
selling?
3.
Oh, I'll buy it. You got a good feed-in tariff? Oh, really? Well, jump on anyway. Come over later. I'll get you a beer. So, yeah, the knockers out. Yeah, that's cool if they come on, yeah.
So we're with Alan here for episode 3 of the Cutter Files. We thought it's nice to probably do some interviews, some influential solar professionals within the industry. So we've got the man, the legend, the influencer. I'm sure you've gone by many, many other names, as we may touch on a bit later.
It says Daniel on his thing.
Daniel, Alan, Bruce.
What's your favorite?
Alan. Yeah, Alan. I think that come out when the Hangover movie come out 10 years ago. So, yeah, we just went with it. Alan.
Oh, is Alan derived from the Hangover character?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was Alan Sly, and which we called my friend, and he didn't like it because he didn't like being called Sly. And I said, I'll have it. And then that was I chose my name. We should be able to choose our names, you know. Fuck. Look at you, man. You're named Jack because your parents wanted you to be named Jack, you know. So.
Well, Costa's not even my real name.
Well,
it's
whatever.
It's Constantine.
Done. Yeah.
Well, you pretty much answered the first question, which was who is Alan Kemp? So moving on from that, what is your business? What do you actually do?
I organise solar installations for the people of Brisbane.
Right.
Just Brisbane? Like, you've ever ventured outside?
Pretty much Brisbane. Sometimes if I get, I want a bit more money, I'll, branch out into Queensland, but usually not really.
You do lighting as well?
What's that?
You do lighting as well?
Yeah, don't think I've sold one light ever, but the amount of I get a call a day about a solar light feature. Oh man, these things, I'm forever telling them to go to eBay or JCar or something. But yeah.
So how long you been selling solar for? How long's it been?
10 years. I started 11 years ago now. Yeah, in Canberra. Yeah, I lost my job.
What were you calling Canberra? What the business name?
It wasn't my business. It was another business that, and he kept saying solar juice. And that's where we were getting our stuff from 11 years ago. And then
Are they still in business, those guys you're working for?
No, I think they went out of business 6 months after in 2010 or something. Yeah. I was only there for 3 months. Then the feed-in tariff dropped. The feed-in tariff got gutted. It was 44.7 cent gross, I think. And then one day we read in the paper, back when news was slow, that, the ACT government just dropped the feed-in tariff, and we all pretty much went from selling something with a 5-year return on investment to a 20-year. But yeah, what amazed me then was people were still buying it. And I was like, why? The same as the batteries, they just want it, which, it doesn't really.
When it was a fortune, yeah.
With my head, but yeah, that's what was happening.
But when did you start Queensland Solar and Lighting?
When did I start Queensland Solar and Lighting? It didn't. I've never really started it. What actually happened? I was trying to think. Yeah, one day, I knew I could build a website probably, and then I did it. Oh yeah, no, I lost my license. I was working for a great company on the Gold Coast, SAE Group, and I lost my license, I think, and I had to generate leads somehow because, and I was doing Gumtree ads and eBay, and before I know it, I'm getting more sales than everyone in the office with cars, and they're just ringing up, signing up. I was like, oh, this is too easy. So then I called my shop, I think, or on Gumtree, Queensland Solar and Lighting. I thought maybe I could just do a quick dummy ad up to make that look legit, Queensland Solar and Lighting. And then, so I drove them there. They're like, "Is this Queensland Solar and Lighting?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is Queensland Solar and Lighting." And then it just went from there. And then I just continued to sell for them for a few years before I eventually got 10 grand saved up. And then I thought, if something goes wrong on the first install, then maybe I can, fix the problem at least. And then it just went from there.
What was your first installation experience like? Obviously, as a contractor.
Yeah, it made Whirlpool. The first one ever made Whirlpool, and some guy. Yeah, it was actually crazy. The first one made Whirlpool, as in this guy got 10 quotes, and look what he ended up with. But we were plugging DC isolators in the Fronius, which back then, 2016, even half of everyone still kind of was. But the real cutters knew not to do that, and then. Yeah, so we got roasted for that. And I was like, fuck, this was my first install and it made world bloody news, man. I went on Crap Solar, actually. That's how I come across Crap Solar. And then when I seen that, I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to be Crap Solar. So, and then that happened. Yeah.
Well, you're not, because you use like James Taylor, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's going pretty, well, he's booked out until January. So, yeah, but.
So what are you going to do now for installs now for the rest of the year?
You build the demand. You just build the demand.
No, well, that's what I've done. I've just upped I've just now only do LG and whatever it's called, Solar Watt from Germany. And now I'm starting to get into Hyundai panels. But I haven't put anything on my website, but just as well because I hired a guy to do my website to fix it up because it's totally broken and I can't be bothered researching how to repair it, and this dude went missing in action, and last 2 months has just been whatever. Do
you get much website traffic? Like you were obviously advertising a while ago with those Google AdWords and those calls you had, like for the atheist solar
yeah,
consumer.
that's just me being bored, man. I get very bored in this industry because I don't know much about it. And it's painful for me to research about it.
Run a business for 10 years, just sort of winging it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this kid that woke up one day with like a solar business, like I've inherited it. I don't even know how it happened, but it kind of did. And obviously I've got to know a little bit about solar, but do I know as much as probably
Carl Jensen?
To be honest, it's unfortunate that the competition's just worse than me and I'm not interested. Like I'm actually probably good compared to,
your customer service is pretty good.
Well, it's because I go slow. Like anyone can be good if they do 5 installs maximum a week in the peak time.
Yeah, but at least once it's installed, you answer the phone.
You go see the customer, you do the site inspection yourself, like you suss them out, you care.
Yeah, well, obviously I care, but I'm not going to do a site inspection for everyone,
How far will you drive for a site inspection?
Oh, I'll drive, not far, 45 minutes. I'll drive an hour.
An hour, yeah. But, to Gold Coast.
And what?
No, they got to ask the right question. They got to phrase it. They can't be ringing up, I'm getting a few quotes. Like, do you want to come?
I want to spend 1,999.
You got to remember, I lived overseas for 4 years doing this. Like, I don't need to go to their house.
You're the expert.
Yeah. Well, when coronavirus came and everyone's doing Zoom things with customers because they never knew how to do it, I was just like, man,
Speaking of driving to site, what vehicle are you getting around in at the moment, Kemp?
Yeah, I'm still using my Subaru, trying to sell it a bit.
You got a live sale coming in on the phone?
Yeah, I actually do. Hold up.
Answer it. Go. Put it on speaker.
All right. Queensland Solar. Hello. Oh, it's a Victorian number. Yeah.
That's a letdown.
Yeah.
That was one of these tax office scams trying to get your money.
Yeah.
So why the yellow suit, and how did that come to be?
Oh, yellow suit, solar for the sun. And I was
I
like,
thought it was a Happy Gilmore reference.
no, just solar for the sun, you know.
I
Yeah, I was in Thailand. They make cool suits for, what is it, 150, 200 bucks?
Is there only one? Like, or do you have multiple yellow suits?
No, there's only one.
This is the only one you've had the whole time.
This is it, mate.
Is there one shirt?
No, there's quite a few. Well, I don't even wear them, but yeah, there's heaps.
So what's your daily routine like on like a sales week, you know, before you do a mass assault on the doors? Like, are you door knocking every day? How does that work?
Oh, I door knock for fun, and I do that in like winter.
Seasonal
No,
door knocking.
yeah, I don't think I've ever got much from it. So,
But you keep trying.
I got videos of you with, you know, The Apprentice
yeah,
knocking doors down.
yeah. I just do it for fun. I don't know. I really like knocking on their door and making them talk about something. So I used to be a door-to-door salesman for like 2.5 years, switching electricity and that.
And now you're doing it again on the side with American Express, aren't you?
Yeah, so that they're trying to see if they can do some commission-only role there because they wanted me to work in the city 9 to 5 and
Doesn't really work on your schedule.
nah, man, not if we got issues at 8:30 in the morning on an install day and I've got to drive a grow watt to site or something, you know what I mean? Because the first one popped dead out the box or something like that.
That was my next question about your product lineup. I know we touched on panels, but can you tell us about the inverters? You're doing Grow Watt and Fronius.
Grower and Fronius, I'll be honest, man. Grower is the best kept secret in the industry. I've had one die, and Energex come out and reckon it was their fuse at their level that they had a surge, and Grower just didn't even ask a question and popped one out, man. Like,
You have one installed at your mum's place, don't you?
yeah, that's what I mean. She lives in Whoop Whoop, and I even put one there, so. I just don't like it when customers ring up and say, like...
They know what they want.
What? No, they say, oh, that one doesn't look good or something. I'm like, well, I've now done what? Between me and a mate, we've done probably over 300 of them, and he's had one and I had one under weird circumstances. So.
Because I met with you in Sydney 2 years ago at the expo, and you showed me your little black book full of, you know, sales, you know, paraphernalia and whatnot. And you basically, your tactics were just offer everything, just absolutely everything. Like anything they want, you just sell it, whatever. But then now you've sort of narrowed it down a little bit, or?
Maybe it was that for that week or something. I change what I do every day, man. Like, you know, I ring Costa up and I work with him for, a few months at a time until you bloody pop up somewhere else or something.
Then you go cold. Yeah. Then
it's just
someone else, your friend.
Yeah, it gets too confusing with wholesalers. So yeah, but the main reason why I went to just the Solar Watt and the LG and the
all premium.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be all premium. The cheap shit should work. That's the problem. And you know, we're just conmen out there selling stuff. We going blind.
What were you selling before you moved to that arrangement with Solar Watt?
Mainly Jinko. Jinko was like the premium. Actually,
what at the budget ones? Like, what no-name cracker were you using before that?
Budget, probably your Opal.
Tell us something.
Anything OEM like Opal, and what was the other one?
The Trade Zone one.
I don't think I've ever used a Trade Zone.
What's it? Powerwave, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used it, man.
No.
Yeah. What is it? They're in a bad area. I'd use them all the time, but they're not in Brisbane. But that's the same Solar Juice in Brisbane, man. It's too hard. Like
other side of town for you.
Yeah. It's a bit of a nightmare to pick up.
Not in the 45 minute radius.
Yeah. And then it's third party, the pickup. Remember? So there's no office it's not good. So yeah, I was just using pretty much whatever I could sell for the cheapest price. I was one of them, you know. So
and it all comes all comes to your warehouse there, your garage there? What do you got behind you?
Oh, a heap of
Primos?
8.2s, actually, Primo 8.2s.
Stocked up for Christmas.
Yeah, I tried to order one from you an hour ago. But I've got them. Yeah.
Are the earmuffs a legit gift for like the blunt steak knives?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Did you have a Primo 8.2?
Yeah, and it gets noisy as hell, man.
How'd that promotion go at that stall, the Fate or whatever you were at with the
Fate.
What was that?
The market store.
Yeah.
No, not really. No good. Yeah.
What? No sales?
No, one guy
Donuts.
was keen, and another guy, James, went out and measured up, and he.
So you got close.
Yeah, it got close, but like I said, it's more for fun. Like you just get up.
Do you ask for their feedback though? Like, why are you choosing someone else and not going solar?
No, I don't care, man. Because I always have sales always come in, and I'm always bottlenecked by, I only need to do 3 a week max, and that's it. And then I'm going to ring up another installer that might not be any good, and then and then the other issue is you go to order the stock, and then you guys say, "Oh, that's not in for a couple of weeks or something." You've got so many issues along the way, If you're one-man band and like me, I don't ever plan to be growing or whatever.
But like, after my deep conversations with you and James Taylor, you actually run a pretty legit and quality-focused operation, which a lot of people they wouldn't believe online.
Well, I would also beg to differ that as well. I'm not the best. How am I the best? I don't even know. I'm not even interested in what I'm saying.
I didn't say the best. I said
I'm not the yeah.
You said you're focused on quality.
Yeah.
And look after the customer, and a lot of people wouldn't believe that. From just how you come across.
Well, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. The two, me being a dickhead and me being good, that's more to do with you guys' mindsets than my own,
Have you tried to mirror your company over someone else's, like another company's being the benchmark for you to follow in their footsteps, sort of thing, or you're just doing your own thing?
I think it's pretty obvious I run my own race there. And if someone's trying to do what I do, well, good luck to you. Yeah.
Go, Jack. Yeah.
Tell us about Anish Kumar.
Anish Kumar. Yeah, so, a lot of people used to ring me thinking that they were another company. So there's a few of them. Like back in the early days, what you used to do, you used to jump on your website and write, reviews, or just to get up there for that particular panel or inverter, or if a company went out of business. But then what would happen is they'd all ring you saying, like, I got a call the other day that, is it Kyocera panels were broken, and he wanted, but it's on you, and they're calling from Sydney, like, it's on your website. Like, yeah, it's not me. I've never been that, So then one day, they said I was InterSolar. So I was like, well, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, you are. And then it just went like that. And then I had to, and that was pretty funny. But until the end, where the customers are just pissed off with me. Like,
they're not even your customers.
It's not even my customers or anything.
You're trying to help, though.
I helped but you can only do that so much. And then anyway, every customer end up being the same. You'd laugh at them, and they were funny scenarios, but
But didn't you change the phone number on the on the Google search?
Yeah, so you can go in there and change numbers on the Google. Someone did it to me. That was after when the first one came off the website. Because someone did that to me with Uber once. Remember when I was Uber driving?
How'd they do that?
I don't know, but we got all these calls, like 10 in an hour, saying that I was Uber from the Gold Coast. And I was like, we are not Uber. Yeah.
Yeah, geez, okay.
So then how did Anish Kumar, the alias or the personality come to be? Well,
it was just a play on what customers had told me that was the help they got. So I just mimicked that, I guess. I just, I've been to India and, I've had friends there that have the call center. Remember, I went to India because I had a call center there. And
That was the first video I watched of you.
Yeah. And he rings me up, my mate there, Sam, and he's like, mate, why are you using someone else? Who is this Anish? I'm like, mate, what? He goes, yes, you're using someone else for your leads, mate. So I'm like, no, mate, that's me joking around. He goes, oh. So even they thought that Anish was Anish.
That's one of the love.
Yeah.
How many solar factories have you been to?
Don't know, I lost count.
Because I know you rocked up to the Fronius factory.
Yep, Fronius.
Without an appointment, though, did you just rock up on a cold winter's day and just demanded to go in?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I made the appointment, but I think I was early and I was saying that they were late, or something.
How did that factory compare to some of the Chinese ones, whatever you saw?
That was the best by far, but all they're doing is putting Chinese stuff together, no different to, of course, all the components come from all over the world, but they have a good factory, as you'd imagine any good country like Austria would, and they're probably, they were only making a few, and then I went to the Tranergy one, and that was like...
The what?
The Tranergy.
Never heard of them.
Tranergy inverters, they were all the guy. So I went there, and that was like, wow, this is different. And then I went to the Growatt one, what must have been over 12 months now, and that was like, wow, this is like Fronius in China. These guys, man. The Growatt one had a room full of all these 30 different inverters from all over the world pulled apart to pieces, and they're like,
What different
everything, Auroras, SMAs, Fronius.
Oh, not even their own. Okay.
No, they had a room full of these 10 people in the back there, and I'm like, what's going on in there? This is research.
Just copying everybody else, yeah.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, what? He goes, no, you cannot take picture. So but no, I think. Yeah, man, Growatt are too cool, and Fronius are good too. But the problem is the stock in Australia. That's the issue, and of course the noise that we all play up. But if you want the best monitoring and the best, I guess, inverter. But
wouldn't give SunGrow a run, Kempy?
Mate, I can't believe I went through all my customers in a database. I extracted it from Formbay a year ago, and I've installed over 100 SunGrow, which I did in 2016, and I've not had
when they didn't have the screen, when it had those days.
Yeah, it was the early one, the Crystal one, and then the 2 come out, and I did probably 25 of them. But I didn't have any. I haven't had one issue with them, and
What happened? What made you switch?
The price. They were the first Chinese inverter to get good, I think. So then because they used to be similar pricing to the rest, they're always a tiny bit more, but then they surged ahead when they knew that they could, and they did. And congratulations to SunGrow, for that.
For leaving Kempy out in the rain.
Yeah, but then Growatt had caught up to them, and they're still down there in the cheap bin. But they need to know their worth, because SunGrow did it 4 or 5 years ago. Now Growatt could do it, but it's just, if you keep rubbishing them, win for me. Yeah.
What did you get out of the trip to InterSolar last year? With all the hanging around with all the Aussies and stuff. We went to a few clubs in Munich, remember? And
oh yeah,
was that an experience for you?
Munich, mate. Where I was in Frankfurt.
Oh yeah, we got. How's Frankfurt's a bit of an industrial.
You went to
town.
Frankfurt. That's where it was. It wasn't.
We're in Munich, you dumbass.
Was it? Wow. Yeah, actually it was. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah.
The big expo halls and the beer gardens and everything, and
it was pretty.
All the networking, Kempy.
That's the standard. Yeah. No, it was good fun.
Went to that nightclub we went and got the big vodka bottles.
Yeah, that's right. We nearly didn't get. Yeah, it's a busy night. I don't remember too much of it, but it was I'm sure it was fun.
You called it early, I think, from memory. Like you didn't.
Did
You
I?
tapped in a bit earlier.
Oh man, I was traveling all over the joint around that time. So yeah.
Yeah, or maybe you pulled someone from the herd.
Pulled someone from the herd. Nah, not in Germany, mate.
Not your style?
Nah, you know me.
So I guess a good a tangent to that might be you're newly a father. Is that correct?